What's up guys, we're back at it again, and today we're building the best budget 1440p PC for just under $1,400. With the latest 4070 Super and the entry-level Ryzen 5 7500F, we're not only contributing to the 1470 meme, but also putting together a rig that not only crushes games at 1440p, but also looks incredible while doing it. So without anything further ado, let's get into it. Now, as for the motherboard, I went with a B650M Gaming Plus from MSI since it has all the bells and whistles for an affordable price while not looking, well, dirt cheap and matching with our white and black theme. As already mentioned before, we are using the 7500F since it does come 40 euros cheaper than the 7600 while almost performing the same. If you guys overclock it, it can, depending on your silicon lottery, even go up to the performance of a 7600X. Talking about performance, since we don't want our PC from crashing while having those 5 Chrome tabs open in the background, we are rocking 32GB of DDR5 rated at 6000 mega transfers a second and a latency of CL30. Ryzen chips do tend to prefer fast memory with low latency, so it will be a great addition. And it has RGB. All the upcoming new titles are rumored to utilize more storage than before. So for that specific reason, we're going with 2TB of NVMe Gen 4 SSD that is rated at 7000 MB per second of read speed and a whopping 6000 MB a second for write speed. Like all of the more premium motherboards, this one also has a latch mechanism to fasten the NVMe instead of a M2 screw. Very nice. A lot of people forget to peel off the protective film. That can cause thermal issues, so keep that in mind. Talking about thermal issues, we won't be having any of that, considering that we will be using a 360mm AIO from Artic, which is completely overkill for a CPU with a TDP of 65 watts. However, it's white and has RGB. If you do want to save a couple of bucks, I suggest you go for an air cooler like the Artic Freezer 36A or the Hyper 212 Evo. I just went and used the pea-sized method, but you can also go for a smiley if you don't mind the not visible thermal paste causing some thermal issues due to air gaps. The VRM fan attaches magnetically. Very nice. The case I chose was a Zalman P30 White. It's one of those panoramic cases like the Lian Li, but only more affordable and in micro ATX form factor. The build quality is extremely good for the price, and it already comes with 3 A-RGB fans pre-installed. One thing to note is that it does not come with a RGB hub or a fan controller like some other cases. However, the case fans, just like the AIO fans, can be daisy-chained, so there is no real need for that. One drawback for the case, especially paired with a 360mm AIO, is that while building, it's fairly tight and hard to work in. To keep the white and black theme going, we used white extensions for the 4+4 pin and the 24-pin motherboard cables. Just for the love of God, please remember to install the 4+4 pin before the AIO. I am talking from experience. Now, for the power supply, we're keeping it fairly simple with a Be Quiet Pure Power 11 non-modular. It's all but gold, quite literally. It's a 80 plus gold PSU rated at 700 watts, and even though it's not modular in this case, it won't be a big problem, since we're using aesthetically pleasing custom cables and there is a lot of space for them to be just tucked in and be forgotten. Now when it comes to the GPU itself, as mentioned before, I went for the 4070 Super for a couple of different reasons. Not long ago, I made a video on how the 4070 is a terrible buy, at least brand new, since there are other GPUs such as the 7900 GRE that cost the same or even less in some regions, however, offer a performance uplift of up to 20% in rasterization. However, when it comes to the 4070 Super, we have a different case at hand. The Super costs a couple of bucks more than the 7900 GRE and performs the same in rasterization. However, it has DLSS support and a lower power draw, and that's why I personally went with it in this build. One thing that I did not expect is that this version of the 4070 Super requires one of those 12-pin connectors, even though the base 4070 version at the same power did not. Weird choice from Nvidia that just kinda destroys the sleek cable theme. With all of the parts, the price comes up at around $1,412 at the time of creating this video. This PC will ensure smooth frame rates while gaming at 1440p and could even go up to some light 4K. If aesthetics and future upgradability is not a big concern for you guys, you could cut corners and save around $150, maybe even more, without losing any performance. If the video gets 50 likes, I'll make sure to upload a video dedicated to the parts list where aesthetics is not a big concern. I did do a 4070 non-super review if you guys want to take a look at it. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. This won't be the last build video you'll see from me. Peace out.